A couple days ago, I finished off Lore of the Tides. A big thank you to the Nerd Fam and HarperCollins Voyager for an advanced reader copy of the ebook. This is the sequel to Lore of the Wilds and the second half of the duology. In this one, just when Lore thinks she's finally gotten a handle on everything that's been happening, finally gotten a handle on these newfound powers of hers, and has finally escaped this Fae King that's been oppressing her village. And when she's finally figured out what all of the villains want and who she can trust, it turns out she was wrong. Lore finds herself then held captive aboard a ship for the very first time that is all the way out to sea, far from land, and getting even farther from everything that she knows. First off, I am very relieved to say that this resolves the cliffhanger from the first book in a very satisfying way. And no, I'm not going to be giving you spoilers here for first or second book. I loved the world building in the first one, and that remained true in the second one as well. I said about the first book that I loved the Fae because they were very innovative and fresh in modern literature, and yet they still felt faithful to ancient folklore. This book then brought in sirens, which were handled with the exact same treatment, which was additionally very, very fun. I really did enjoy the voice on this book, not only for the way it handled mythical creatures, but also the character voice. In this one, Lore has been through a betrayal, and her emotional response to that is very nuanced, complex, sometimes self-conflicting. It's extremely realistic. The same is true for the way that it affects her character development and the way that she approaches her other relationships, be they romantic, platonic, or even enemies. On that note, I also liked the non-standard dynamics in relationships. This is marketed as a why choose romance. Personally, I did see some choosing happening, but I did like the openness that was made available to the main character, and also her family dynamics are non-standard as well. Seeing the way that she operates inside her home community is really beautiful. And so is the way that she fights for her community when she steps outside of it. So this work is wedged very firmly between the young adult and adult spaces in the new adult space. It definitely has a younger voice to it between the pacing, between our main character being 21 years old and behaving exactly like a 21-year-old. However, we definitely still have some more adult themes, we have more adult level violence, and we also have some very detailed spicy scenes that I would not expect to see in a young adult novel. And I think it is a wonderful example of new adult, but I think it should be approached with that expectation. Personally, I will actually be curious to see if this author comes back to produce more works set in this same world. She has done an immense amount of world building, and I felt like each section of this book could have even been flushed out into its own full book. This could have become a much longer series, and I'm wondering if potentially some side characters will have some of their own arcs, or maybe Lore will come back and we'll get a little bit of a glimpse of what her future is like. Either way, I will be very excited to see this author's future works, whether or not they are in the same setting. As always, I have a longer write-up as well as content warnings for the book on my website at writing.hallidaynelson.com. I want to know what you are reading too, because my TBR is always expanding, so I want to know what you're having fun with. And happy reading.